Hey, this is Jerome Braggs of JeromeBraggs.com, and I'm coming to you today just in kind of a relaxed mode. I'm kind of winding down before I go to bed, but I wanted to share something with you that I experienced personally last week that I think may be of benefit to you. And my hope in sharing this is that I can be transparent enough in my own experience that you can see straight through me into your own. That the lesson that I learned may be a lesson that can help you. And what was happening was last week was July the 4th, and the week before that was a pretty busy week for me. I had a lot going on. I had a lot of clients to coach. I had a mastermind program to coach as well. I was participating in a spirit fair, the Oklahoma City Spirit Fair, where I had a vendor's booth as both presenting my coaching and also doing intuitive readings. And I also had I had a speech at a college within all this in a week's time, and so it was a very busy week for me. And I took kind of a week off after that to kind of just chill out with my family. I went with my mom to Kansas City, Missouri, and to kind of just chill out. So I was feeling good, but I was feeling like I needed to refresh, to recharge my batteries, if you will. And something happened on that trip. Just kind of all of a sudden, I kind of had a quick shift, and I wasn't feeling that great emotionally. I began to feel a little stressed. I felt a little bad about myself. I guess I had noticed I had gained some weight, and I wasn't close to the goals that I was setting. And I just kind of was feeling really, it started to just kind of go down in my, vibration and my feelings. I didn't know how to pick that back up. I have all these tools and techniques and everything that was working, everything that I know how to do, that I teach people how to do, wasn't necessarily working in this situation, and I needed some guidance. And I kind of put that out to God, in my silent prayer, to the universe, and my overall desire that I wanted to kind of make a shift here, and I wanted to know what it was that was happening within me that led me to this particular feeling, and that led me to this particular state of being, and how do I shift out of that? And I just continued on my vacation. We kind of had fun. Me and my mom rode some rides. I rode the roller coaster. She rode the kiddie rides. And we just kind of hung out around Kansas City. And the whole time, for the majority of the time we were in the hotel, we were the only ones in the hotel. There were only me and mom pretty much, and one family that had kids who we kind of saw at the pool every time we went to the pool. Except for Friday night. Friday night, I was leaving out to hang out with a friend of mine from college that lives in Kansas City, and I noticed that some people were setting up in the hotel, in one of the conference rooms in the hotel. And I said, "Oh, okay, so there's probably going to be some kind of conference here on Saturday." So I just kind of didn't think of anything else about it, and I left out of the room. And when we came back, me and my friend came back from hanging out, I noticed that there was a lot more commotion in that conference room, and I just had a feeling, kind of at a gut level, spirit level, if you will, that what was happening in that room was some kind of trade show, some kind of fair, if you will. And I had planned maybe possibly to go see it the next day and go find some jewelry or something like that. But as I got closer to kind of check it out, what I found out was that it was actually a metaphysical fair, a spirit fair. And I just kind of had this shocking aha moment. Because one, I had just worked at a spirit fair the previous week. Two, a spirit fair was following me on my vacation in the very hotel that I'm staying in. I had no idea that this was going to happen. There was no flyers anywhere, and the people even in the spirit fair that I was attending the last week spoke nothing of a possible spirit fair in Kansas City the following week. So I was having this kind of shock moment because I knew in that very second that this was the answer to my prayer. This was the guidance that I was seeking, that if a spirit fair was following me, this is the divine sign for me that something in this fair will be beneficial for me, that there is This is a sign for me. There's a word here or a person I'm supposed to meet or something I'm going to find that is specifically for me. And so the very next day I woke up in the morning and I went downstairs and I went to the fair. And I just walked around, and the first thing was several people that I had worked in the fair the previous week were there. And the friendship that we shared and the connection we shared immediately lifted my spirits. It was almost a healing immediately for me. But secondly, I found someone who was a spiritual counselor that I connected with immediately and talked to, and the message that I got from her was directly speaking to my situation. It was directly what I needed to hear. It was exactly the thing that unlocked my healing and allowed me to make the shift out of my situation and back into the ease and grace and glory that I like to live my life in. And then second from that, the very person I talked to became a client of mine. She wanted to work with me for coaching services. So it was a double win-win. And the entire lesson for that, as I left, I felt overjoyed. You know, I felt alleviated, and I also felt at ease, and I felt at peace, and I felt relieved, loved even, knowing that when we give our prayer out, it is always answered. The time frame we do not know, but it comes in the perfect situation for you, and it comes in the perfect way that fits who you are. You know, that was a perfect fit for me. It was in the very hotel that I was staying in, so that I could not miss the sign. It was in a way of something that I love. I love spirit fairs. I love to go to them. I love to participate in them. And the message for me was perfect. It was right on time. So the lesson here was, if you are experiencing a challenge, ask for guidance. Ask your inner wisdom, the God that is within you, however you refer to that, whether that is spirit or inner being or intuition or Jesus or Buddha, Hare Krishna, whatever that is for you. The divine within you is waiting for you to ask for the guidance to give it to you. And it will give it to you in the way that matches you and fits you perfectly. So not only did I get my answer, but I got in a way that brought me joy. I got in a way that was quick and easy for me. And I got in a way that was healing. Healing is always possible if you ask for it and you are open to receive it. So I just wanted to come to you today just to kind of say, if you're going through a challenge, if you have some questions, or you're having a problem and you seek the solution, simply ask God. However that God representation is for you, ask for the guidance and keep your eyes open for how it shows up. Don't put any, shackles around how that has to be, but allow God to work its magic in your life, and you will receive the very answer to the questions that you're asking. You will see the solutions to the problems that you're facing. You will get the answer to whatever it is that you face. I just wanted to share that with you so that you know I too continue to ask for guidance. I don't just teach it, but I continue to do it, and it continues to work in my life. As always, I love you. I see the best in you, and have a great life. Ask for guidance and let me know how that turns out for you. Namaste.